I am so thrilled with our slate of nominees to stand for Vestry. The 4 people in order of them, appearing and saying yes for 3-year terms are Ken Payne, Carolyn McDonald, Barbara Langford, and Peggy Tiedemann. Their names came out of the hat very early on, and they all stepped up. And so I'm very grateful for them. So Cynthia Ballard Perez is the next easiest one to explain. As you know by now, Cindy Salzman had to drop out of the vestry due to a change in her work schedule. And I was sad about that, but I was thrilled when Cynthia Ballard Perez allowed us to appoint her to fill out Cynthia's term. And so what we do is we have that person fill in, by my recommendation in the vestry vote, which happened this month. And then asking you, the congregation, to endorse that and sort of regularize it for putting her in there for the remainder of the 2-year term. So what all happened was I had to juggle all these askings and answerings, and I ended up with 5 people saying they would be willing to be on the vestry for 3 years. And then I realized this is a transition year, and we've got a lot on our plate as a vestry to pull off the transition from here back to our new church. And that might have been how God was saying, Joe, you need more help than what you have. And I was delighted, to be able to, I asked the vestry, and I was delighted to be able to say to you that I think we could create a 1-year special term and ask Dorothy to fill in. And she said yes. And so I'm asking you to elect not only the 4 people for 3-year terms and to basically endorse the appointment of Cynthia to the 2-year completed term, but also to elect Dorothy Pennant for the special 1-year term that's on the table. Is there any questions about that?
No, the more the better.
Delighted. The people here are a nice mix of longtime members and brand new members. I was going to say at this meeting, Cynthia Ballard Perez was our newest official member, but that's no longer true as of yesterday. And I'll tell you about that later in the meeting.
I have a
Anybody
question.
else, Lou?
I have a question. Wasn't there used to be something about a certain number of, in terms of the gender split on the vestry?
Yeah, it's supposed to be no more than 60-40 out of balance in either direction. And the reality is that we have so many more active women members than men that, last year it became really difficult to do that. And I asked the vestry for advice and counsel, what should we do? And they said, do the best you can. And if you can't get 60-40, let's just go forward. So we'll have to, as a new vestry, look at that policy and see if we want to officially change the policy this year. But the reality was going to be that we would have to keep cycling through the men every time, in heavy duty. And interestingly enough, there were a lot of men pulled whose names were pulled, but they were way at the bottom of the list this time, So I thought, wow, I'd have to jump over 30 or 40 other people to ask the men first.
That's right.
Right.
That's the way it was supposed to be.
Right. Well, I didn't. So there you have it. There's the, slate this year. And
I would like to just observe, I think it's important to have people who want to be members and who are eager to do it. I don't care whether they're male or female.
Right. Good point.
Yeah. Okay. And the vote is to elect these 6 members to the terms indicated on our vestry. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? I thank you. Congratulations, new vestry members.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay.